This is just going to be a small video, and I just wanted to showcase this. It's just a bit of fun food for thought for you guys who are avid Cars fans like me. And something you may guys know about when it comes to my personality is that I'm a very heartfelt person. I constantly think about the implications of the things I do and say, and especially the things that I care about and love and appreciate. There are so many passion projects about the things that I love, and I constantly showcase that through my ranking lists and other things, with the music I use and the references and everything like that. I constantly want to just make my channel a celebration of the thing I love, or things I should say. And something I think about all the time is Cars, of course, and all of its racers, and other characters, of course, but racers currently because I can't bring out all of them at once. And when you're looking at the stock cars and all, so many other people in this community just look at them as just generic background characters or whatever, and just things to collect or whatever. Okay, end of story. They're just inspired by NASCAR drivers, and some of them are pricks, and some of them are old or whatever. Now let's make Ernie Gearson just an old man, and let's just make, I don't know, Paunchy Wipeout a prick or whatever. And it's just, honestly, it's repetitive after a while. I like to think of it as a more heartfelt way of viewing these guys. And by that, I mean, you're probably not going to get this if you're not a Thomas fan. I know some of you guys are in that way. The king on Discord. But what I want to say is that there's a certain film that I really care about, and it's called The Adventure Begins. This film was a perfect showcase of everything that Thomas is all about, really. It was the 70th anniversary of Thomas and Friends, and it was just beautiful. And honestly, there are very few other films that really top it. But something that's so beautiful is the way it showcases Thomas coming to the island of Sodor and starting to befriend all of the other engines around him, or few there is. And it's such a beautiful story. And when I see this, I see myself not only just as Dud all the time, but I can imagine this Adventure Begins story between me, because, well, I'm a side character that you can easily add personality to. Or you can maybe even do it with McQueen or something like that. And just having a huge, almost family of racers and all, having fun together, racing, and arguing, making jokes together, having conversations, just like how Thomas characters do. People need to get rid of the whole stigma of every character in this franchise being overly aggressively adult and constantly racing when, well, they are doing that, but constantly bickering and always a prick or whatever, and having mustaches or whatever. Just so you guys know, I usually use these as noses, not mustaches. It just makes all the characters look too adult. And sadly, people like Ray and Durrani's OC and stuff like that, as well as plenty others, just forced a whole adult look of the whole thing, and not wholesome, fun, cute kid movie characters like I do. And when you apply this whole Adventures Begins thing to Cars, with the stock cars, or heck, even any generation really, you start to grow a whole new appreciation of them. And yes, by the way, I do view these ones as mustaches, as well as ones like Sheriff and Chick and all. Those are mustaches. Ones like these and all, I know they're supposed to be, but when I see them, I don't immediately think mustaches. It just makes them all look more cute and young when I see noses and not mustaches. I know it's hard to believe, but I've always thought that as a kid, with a few exceptions like Chick. But I'm getting sidetracked. I feel like in the community, we need to start appreciating the things we have now more, in terms of like the characters themselves and the racers and everything like that. And I'm not talking about the diecast line itself, but rather these characters, whether they be in diecast form or not, and start to have a whole new view on them, aside from constantly saying this one sucks, this one's badass or whatever. It's kind of tiresome, and I see so many things like, whether it be eliminations, just treating them like just generic NASCAR racers and nothing more, or treating them just like jokes or something like that, or even some of the like fan series or whatever and all. A lot of them are usually good and all, but I usually just see like the same thing plastered over and over again. And that's why I usually don't make stuff like that. Sorry, Misty. I know you request that a lot. And I just simply like to view these guys in a whole more wholesome and loving way, appreciating every single one of them. And that's why it always sickens me when I see characters I love and all that I don't have yet being not fully represented to their fullest and all, with lesser quality versions. And I know a lot of people try to hate on me for doing that and all, and that's fine, I guess, but just know why I do. And it's why I care about these characters so much, whoever they are. So yeah, there's a fun little speech for you guys about these characters. I don't mean to change the opinions on anyone, on anything, but rather just to get rid of a bit of stigma in the community after a while, and I hope that this video has maybe changed your perception of some of these characters. Thanks for watching as well.